In the news, after a decade of trial and disputes, the most controversial fight of the century in religious freedom has finally been righted. The Washington, D.C. Appellate Court reversed the decision of D.C. Superior Court in favor of Dr. Eugene Preston Moon against the Family Federation on the grounds of religious abstention. Many experts consider this case as the greatest direct affront ever to the U.S. Constitution's First Amendment, which protects religious freedom. The case began when on May 11, 2011, the Family Federation for World Peace and Unification, or Family Federation, filed a case against Dr. Eugene Preston Moon and UCI Board of Directors, claiming that UCI's directors breached their fiduciary duty of loyalty to the Unification Church, a worldwide institution founded by the late Reverend Sun Myung Moon, a renowned spiritual leader that seeks to unify the world in one family under God. Family Federation demanded that such action from UCI is against the will of the spiritual leader. The decry for religious persecution became a hot issue even more when on October 13, 2018, D.C. Superior Court has started meddling on this ongoing religious schism happening within the worldwide unification movement. Accordingly, Judge Laura Cordero erred when she assumed jurisdiction over the case and released a summary judgment and put the court as sole authorized decision maker over an obvious religious polity. Following this egregious act of the Superior Court, religious right leaders and groups exclaimed that never before in history has a U.S. court gone into a religious entity involved in a highly constituous religious schism and in direct conflict with the First Amendment, decided the correct spiritual leader, the correct theology, and the correct structure for that religious entity. Seeing the great danger for all people of faith from this legal precedent, the Becket Fund for Religious Liberty and the Jewish Coalition for Religious Liberty filed a joint amicus brief to the appeals court, as did 10 renowned law professors from across the nation, all asking that this case be dismissed on First Amendment grounds in support of Dr. Eugene Preston Moon. As reported, there were also rallies conducted physically and virtually calling to dismiss the case, pleading the court to protect their right to believe and live up to the adherence of the First Amendments.
And are now we becoming slaves to a court system?
More than 5,000 letters from different individuals and nationalities around the world were reportedly sent to Washington, D.C. Court of Appeals, expressing their great anger and remorse for the decision of the court. Mr. Howard South, the president of Right to Believe, also delivered special letter to President Donald Trump expressing the same concern.
To register our strong protest of court decisions being made in this court.
As the case progressed, on June 17, 2021, the Washington, D.C. Court of Appeals held a 2-hour hearing entertaining oral arguments from both sides that gained unusual global attention with almost 4,000 viewers as its highest record. And finally, after a long journey of fighting to protect religious freedom, on August 25, 2022, the D.C. Court of Appeals released their final ruling reversing the case in favor of Dr. Eugene Preston Moon. With this decision, religious nonprofit groups and leaders around the world are celebrating to this historical landmark Appellate Court has made in adherence to the First Amendment that protects religious freedom. In truth, righteousness, and goodness. Aldrin Alvarez, New Civilization Network.